What's up, fellow Whovians? It's Universal Entertainment here, and I'm going to give you my modern Doctor Who series ranking, so ranging all the way from Series 1 in 2005, all the way to Series 9 in 2015. So without further ado, let's get straight into it with number 9. So in 9th place we have Series 2. You know, now, for me, Series 2, it was just that series which had less of those quality episodes and more of those just not so great, poor episodes to me. To me, it has more below average episodes than any other New Who series. Some may say, you know, there are some other series that I'll go into later that are weaker, but for me, whenever I go to watch Doctor Who, it's really never Series 2. There are only a couple of standout episodes for me in Series 2. The one that I love the most, which I think is a fantastic episode, is School Reunion. That to me is the pinnacle of Series 2, and one of the best episodes, you know, of Doctor Who of all time, in my opinion. But other than that one, there really isn't another standout episode. Not to say there's not any, you know, there's no other good episodes. You know, I'm not saying that at all. You know, you've got some other good ones like Tooth and Claw, the Girl in the Fireplace, though I don't like as much as some people do. I still think it's a really good story. You've got, you know, the finale is a good one. You know, you've got Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. That's good. It's a good one, but you know, it's weaker than other finales. I mean, it's not the weakest finale. Definitely Ross Octavius' weakest finale, but it's not great. I mean, I think that one's overrated. I don't really like watching it too much. I find it quite boring at times. The ending is, it's sort of sad, but I don't really like the relationship between the Doctor and Rose in Series 2. So I don't know, it's a mixture of, I'm not too fond of Rose in this series. I found, you know, that she was very whiny and very jealous, like in School Reunion, though I love the episode. I despise Rose in School Reunion. She just annoys me so much in that episode. And it's, in my opinion, it's Sarah Jane that just steals the show in that episode. But yeah, I just don't like Rose too much in the series. I think there's a lot of below average episodes, like I said, in, you know, episodes like, let me think of the name, what's it called? New Earth is a, you know, that's the opening episode. I can't watch, I find that one terrible. Fear Her, another, just not, probably the weakest of the series in my opinion. I can't stand that episode, I never watch it again. You know, I've seen it a few times, and I saw it a few months ago. I just couldn't stand it. Idiot's Lantern, the strongest of the 4 weakest episodes that I'm going to mention. I've got one more to go, but it's still not very good. I don't really like watching that. And the other one, what's it called? Love and Monsters. That was it. Again, it's not very good. And if people were to say, oh, but you know, there's not really the Doctor and Rose, the companion. You know, there's not really that in the episode. I think we've seen, you know, as many Whovians will know, we've seen in Series 3 and Series 4's single episodes that you don't need the Doctor and Rose in the episode to have a great episode. I said episode a lot then. You don't need the Doctor and his companion to have just something truly great, and Love and Monsters didn't capture that. The ending especially was just so stupid. And yeah, like I said, you've got some standout episodes, but to me there's a lot of really poor episodes in Series 2. So that is why it is bottom of my New Who series ranking. Okay, and in 8th place we have Series 6. So, you know, definitely Moffat's weakest series. I liked most of Moffat's episodes though in this series. You know, Let's Kill Hitler I think is underrated. I think it's stupid, but you know, I don't hate it. Husband's River Song was a mess. I don't think it's his worst finale, but I think you probably know what I think his worst finale is. But it's definitely not great. It's one of the weakest finales of New Who. Why do I like it more than Series 2, you might ask? I don't feel that there are too many terrible episodes. I feel that there's just a lot of meh stories. There's a lot of episodes that, you know, some people might hate that I don't hate as much, or you know, the only episode that I can think of, there's 2 episodes in Series 6 that I hate, or I think are below average. One of them is I can't remember the episode name now. It's the first episode of the Flesh, the Flesh Avatar one, in the first half. It's that first episode. The second episode I do enjoy. I like that one. I don't love it, but I enjoy it. The first, I can't remember what the name of the episode is, but I'm sure everyone watching the video will know which episode I mean. It's that one. I just didn't like that one. I found it very boring, and I've never come to like it even now. And I'm not too fond of... This one might surprise people. I'm not so fond of The Girl Who Waited. I never enjoyed that one. I watch it... it's watchable, but I don't enjoy it. I don't know. I haven't been able to enjoy it like some people do. I know some people love that episode. I'm one of the ones. I'm not too keen on that one. There are some episodes that some people hate that I enjoy. I mean, you know, the Curse of Black Spot. I actually enjoy that one. You can shoot me, but I personally do enjoy that one. Night Terrors is another one that I enjoy. It's not the best episode. I believe Mark Gatiss wrote it. I think it's one of Mark Gatiss' best. Probably third or fourth, I'd say. Which is probably his midpoint, I'd say, actually, thinking about it. But, yeah, I think, you know, there are some episodes that people hate. I personally don't hate. I think there are some good episodes. And, you know, there are some other crackers, like The Impossible Astronaut, Day of the Moon is a brilliant episode. Absolutely love that one. The Doctor's Wife is, of course, another really good one. I don't like it as much as some people do, but I still really like it. A Good Man Goes to War is just brilliant. Like I said, I enjoy Let's Kill Hitler. It has its faults, but I do enjoy that one. Another one that I think is underrated is Closing Time. I enjoy that one. I don't love it. I enjoy it. Yeah, and there are some just really good stories in there which I feel are underrated. So that is why, you know, though it's not the best series, I think it's still a good series, a solid series. It has ups and downs. It's sort of a one that's good one week, meh the next week. So that's why it's 8th on my list. Next up, we have in 7th place Series 3. Series 3 is very easy for me to sum up. The first 7 episodes, or I should say, the first 7 episodes, most of the first 7 episodes are below average, or average. The last 6 episodes are brilliant, and that is what puts up above Series 6. I feel that there are more weaker episodes in Series 3 than there are in Series 6, which was, you know, of course, below it. But the strength it has, you know, in my opinion, is that it has more stronger episodes. And like I said, I'm not too keen on the first 7 episodes, but there is a couple episodes in that first 7 that I enjoy, or 2 specifically that I enjoy. The rest I think are average or below average. One of them, and this one might come as a shock to you, is the Shakespeare Code. I enjoy that one. Of the first 7 episodes, it is my favourite of the first 7 episodes. I don't know why. I know some people don't like that one too much. I personally enjoy it. Don't know why. I just do. Beyond me why. I don't know what I like about it. I always enjoy it. I don't know why. Again, I keep saying I don't know why. It's one of those episodes I just enjoy. You know when you watch something you just enjoy it? It's one of those episodes to me. I just like it. And the other one is The Lazarus Experiment. I enjoy that one. I don't love it, but it's a good one. But the rest of them, they're average or below average. Smith & Jones is very average to me. Gridlock is below average. I find that one very boring. Not the worst, but I don't enjoy it too much. It's one of the ones that I don't like watching too much. I will watch it, but not that much, and definitely an improvement over New Earth. I'll say that. It's an improvement over New Earth, but still not great to me. 42, in my opinion, is the weakest episode of the series. I just don't like that one. I find it near unwatchable. I can watch it, but it's near unwatchable. I probably only seen it about 6 or 7 times, you know, and it was one of the very first episodes of Doctor Who that I saw, and I don't really like watching it too much, you know. The Dalek 2-parter, Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks, again, it wasn't a bad story. It was an average story. The New York setting didn't work very well, and it's definitely the weakest Dalek, in my opinion, it's probably the weakest Dalek story of New Who. It may be competing with Victory of the Daleks there, but it's either the worst or the second worst. I don't know which. Again, not terrible, but it's competing as the worst Dalek story of New Who, in my opinion. But like I said, those last 6 episodes are pure gold. Human Nature, Family of Blood, excellent episodes. Blink, classic, my favourite episode of the series, introduced the Weeping Angels, just a brilliant episode. And you've got the finale, Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of Time Lords. Of the last 6 episodes, I feel that they're the weakest, but still excellent. And not Russell T Davies' strongest finale, but not his weakest either. I thought, his story with the Master, John Sim, nailed the Master. The Last of the Time Lords had such a great ending. It sort of reminds me of, Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if that was in their intentions, with the, not Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi even, with the burning of the body. I just loved that episode, that one in particular. Utopia is definitely the weakest of all the 6. I find that one, it's a good episode, not excellent, whereas Sound of Drums and Last Time Lords are excellent, and Human Nature, Family Blood and Blink excellent. But again, what hurt Series 3 is the majority of the first half, just in my opinion, doesn't live up to other series, which is why I have to lower it on the list. But a decent series overall, and a great ending. The best, I'll say this, it's probably the best last 6 episodes of any series, and that's why it is above Series 2 and 6, is that it had more quality episodes, so and a much better finale than those 2 series, so that's why it's number 7 on the list. And in 6th place we have Series 7. Series 7 is like Series 6. It has a lot of ups and downs, but in my opinion it has more ups than it does downs. Again, very few episodes that I can say I really hate in the series. I say Power of 3 is the only really one that I can think of that I don't like. There are a few average episodes, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship is an average one. Journey to the Center of the TARDIS was average to me. But other than that, I like the rest of the episodes. Angels Take Manhattan, it has its faults, but I love that one. I don't care what anyone says, it has its faults, yeah. And there are massive loopholes in the story, like how is the Statue of Liberty moving when it's in New York, and how did no one notice this? And how is it not moving when Amy and Rory are obviously not looking at it and they're blinking? There are many of those that I watch and I'm like, ugh! But other than that, I just love the story. I think the ending with Amy and Rory is just great. It's probably the best companion departure. Oh no, it is the best. Yeah, it is the best companion departure of New Who. Clara was very close to it, but something else happened, which we won't go into until later, at least. But yeah, like I said, I thought that it was really great. A Town Called Mercy is amazing to me. I love that episode. Asylum of the Daleks wasn't too keen on at first, but I've come to love that one. Though I'm not too keen on the human Dalek thingy, what they call them, the nano cloud thing. I'm not too keen on those, and when I saw them in Series 9 I cringed, but other than that, I do really enjoy that episode. I thought the story, the idea of the asylum was great. I just loved it. And then you go into the second half, which is stronger than the first. You've got some great episodes there. The Bells of St. John, great introduction to Clara. You've got Rings of Akaten, underrated. I think the Doctor's speech in that is just brilliant. Probably Matt Smith's second or best moment as the Doctor. And Hyde, I love most of Hyde. I don't really like the ending too much. I don't like the idea of the whole love thing. I'm not too keen on that. But I love it. And then, of course, you've got the amazing Name of the Doctor finale, which is just a great episode. And yeah, like I said, it's got its ups and downs, but in my opinion, it has its more ups than it does downs. And yeah, again, I just think it's a really great, a good series, a solid series, and it was very difficult for me to decide between 3 and 7, which would be where. But for me, Series 7 just edged it, because in my opinion, it has less weaker episodes, and it's more consistent. which is what I feel that Series 3 wasn't. So yeah, that's why it's 6th on my list rather than 7th as opposed to Series 3. But anyway, let's go on to number 5. So again, with number 5, 5 and 4, you know, 5 and 4th place, I've really struggled to choose which one goes where. And the way I chose, I'll explain when I go on to 4th place. Well, I will actually, no, I'll say it when I get to this, what 5th place is. Very difficult for me to decide. And I'm sure that it will change as time goes on, and they'll constantly rotate between 4th and 5th, which is, you know, which I'll just go straight into it. Series 1 is in 5th place. Now, again, there are no episodes really that I hate in Series 1. I at least like, well, there's only one average, no, there's 3 average episodes to me. I'm not too keen on Aliens of London and World War 3. I know some will like that one. I'm not too keen on that one. I don't hate it. It's very average to me. And then The Long Game, which, again, very average. Breaks my heart because Simon Pegg's in it. I love Simon Pegg. But to me, it's definitely the weakest of the series. But other than that, excellent episodes. You've got Rose, great episode. The Unquiet Dead, probably, you know, I did skip End of the World. That one, I like. It's weaker than the others, but I like it. You've got The Unquiet Dead. Mark Gatiss is his best, in my opinion. Or competing for his best. Most likely his best. Like I said, you've got the Aliens of London, World War 3. I'm not too keen on that one. Got some other great ones. Dalek, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. That one traumatized me as a kid. I could not sleep for weeks. It's the only Doctor Who episode that has ever really scared me. I could not sleep properly for weeks, I'm telling you. That's the episode that even now I watch that and I shudder. Just because my inner child my inner child is still really scared of that episode, and you know, I just love it. Oh, knocked the microphone. I just love it. And you know, the finale is, in my opinion, Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways is the greatest finale of New Who. I don't think any Doctor Who finale has beaten it, and I don't know if it ever will. It's just got so much. It's just so great. The Doctor, you know, his care he shows towards his companion, the losses you get in the episode, the loss of, you know, the Doctor dying. It's just, it nails every single thing, and it does some other great things, like its reference to game shows like Big Brother, The Weakest Link, and The Android. It was just great. I can't really fault that episode or those episodes. I just love them so much, and it's just such a great finale. And you know, even the one that came before it, which some people don't like, Boomtown, was great. One thing that for me, like I said, there is one thing that made me decide 5th and 4th. The one thing for me that may slightly weaken the story is I'm not really invested in the 9th Doctor as much as some people are. For me, you know, the 9th Doctor was gone before he even began. You know, you need some time to develop you with the Doctor and get to know this Doctor. Whereas for me, he was up and he went. You know, I didn't really get invested in his Doctor. I don't really like his outfit either. I don't like the leather jacket. It doesn't feel doctory. That's my only thing with the 9th Doctor is he has his Doctor moments. You know, he acts like the Doctor, but his outfit just didn't seem the Doctor to me. His acting nailed it, but not the outfit. And every time I see his outfit, I can't see the Doctor in that outfit. I know people will say, but the Doctor can wear anything. That's true, but for me, I don't know. I just can't buy it. I don't know what it is. So that's really the only thing that, for me, puts it 5th rather than 4th. Whereas what we're going to go into now, 4th place, which we'll go straight into now. So, Series 1, 5th place, 4th place. Let's go into it now. So in 4th place is Series 5. Definitely Matt Smith's best series. Just again, I don't dislike any episode. I don't, you know, in the 5th series, 11th Hour was great. One of the best openings in Doctor Who, New Who. Stephen Moffat nailed the overarching story. It's the best overarching story of perhaps any series. Struggling with maybe Series 1 tops it, but other than that, I'd say it's the best overarching story of any Doctor Who story. You know, there are just a few average episodes in there, but there are some great ones as well. You know, you've got we've got I can't remember what the name of the second episode is now. It escapes my mind. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I can't remember the episode. The second episode with the Smilers. That one's an average episode to me. Vampires of Venice. I enjoy that one. People don't like that one. I enjoy that. I don't know why. It's just an episode I enjoy. Like another episode I mentioned. I just don't know why I enjoy it, but I do. The only one that I'd say, the weakest one to me is Amy's Choice. Not terrible, but not the best. I don't know why. When I went to go to watch an episode of Series 5, it's very rarely Amy's Choice. Usually it's something else. You know, some episodes I love, like the finale was great. The 11th Hour is a big one I go to. Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, my favourite episode of the series. One of my favourite episodes of all time of Doctor Who. It's just really great. I love it. It competes with Blink to me. I don't know which one I like more. I'd say I like this one more. I'd say I do like Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone slightly more than I like Blink. It's a tough one. I probably will go back and forth. But like I said, just a lot of great episodes. No bad episode. A few average ones, but it's really a great series. And you know, I have to say, it's an excellent series and just a great one. One of the best. Definitely Matt Smith's best. So yeah, that's why Series 5 is 4th. Now let's go on to number 3. Now we have, in 3rd place, the latest series, Series 9. You know, Series 9, it was going amazingly, Moffat. It was beautiful. Until Sleep No More, which was terrible for me. Probably the weakest episode of New Who. But, you know, when we had Face the Raven, then Heaven Sent, which was amazing. Just beautiful episode. Heaven Sent. Absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant to me. You know, Sleep No More, it was a distant memory. It didn't matter. If Stephen Moffat nailed Hellbent, you know, Sleep No More, sorry, would have been, I wouldn't have cared. It would have, Series 9 would have been 1st place, no doubt in my mind. But then Hellbent came along, and I do not hate Hellbent, but I hate the ending. I hate Clara's ending. I hate how she came back in. I hate how she didn't die in Face the Raven. That episode could have been incredible. Maybe it was also disappointment. I'm disappointed by the ending. I thought it was going to be something completely different. I thought it would be a vicious battle between the Doctor and the High Council on Gallifrey. I thought it would be some really epic conclusion, but it was the Clara show, as the Who Addict, I think Who Addict Review said that. It became the Clara show. And that's a problem with Series 9's finale. It was too much about Clara at the end, when it should have been about the Doctor back on Gallifrey. It really hurts the overarching story of the series, where before that point it was going okay, in my opinion. You know, like I said, if Hellbent was a good episode, it would have been Series 9 1st place, hands down, because every episode aside from Sleep No More was really good. I liked every episode. You've got, you know, the opening 2-parter was amazing. Watching that episode, I instantly said, this may be the best opening episode of Doctor Who. Davros was nailed. The Daleks, it was, you know, Moffat's best Dalek story. That's not much, you know, not saying much, but it was going great. You know, there was no bad story. The Zygon 2-part was great. Under Lake Before the Flood, I felt it started a bit slow, but once it kicked up after 20 minutes, it was great. The Woman Who Died, Girl Who Lived. No, oh, way round, sorry. Girl Who Died, Woman Who Lived. Was great. Probably one of the weak ones, but I still really liked it. And then, like I said, then you go Sleep No More, you get that turd in the series. But then you get Face the Raven was great. Heaven Sent was amazing. Then Hellbent, which I can't put it any higher than 3rd, knowing how the series ended. I can't give it 1st place, though I would like to. I can't give it 1st place. I feel that the quality of the episodes before the finale is first place worthy, and it would have been first place. I'm putting that out there, but I can't put it first because of the ending. And, you know, it's a shame, because Series 9 could have been the greatest series of New Who. I don't know what to say. I can't put it any higher. I'd love to put it higher, but I know deep down I can't because of its conclusion. I feel if you conclude a series badly, you can't put it any higher than third place. I have to dock a point off it. Rather than a 10 out of 10 series, it's more of a 9 or 8.5 out of 10 because of the ending. So that's just my opinion. You can like Hell Bent, but I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I find it very average, which is a shame. But yep, there's Series 9. Now let's go on to second place. So in second place we have Series 4. So Series 4, definitely David Tennant's best series as the Doctor. Donna Noble, my favourite companion of all time, just nailed it. They just worked great together. The chemistry between the two was great. And the episodes, again, in my opinion, no weak episodes. And I know people might look at some episodes that I like, I've mentioned before, that some people hate. Again, there's another one that I see a lot of people say that is the weakest episode of the series. One of my favourites, Unicorn and the Wasp. I love that episode. It's one of my favourite of the series. I love every other episode, but I think that one is a really standout one to me. I love watching that one. I can watch that one as many times as I want to. I think it's great. A few average episodes in there, but again, no bad episodes. I mean, even average episodes, there's very few of them. I mean, let me think. I'm not too keen on Parting of the Ways. No, Partners in Crime, sorry, Partners in Crime. I'm not too keen on Partners in Crime, and that's really it. I say that one's the weakest of the series for me. Whatever the episode was called. That one, to me, is the weakest of the series, I'd say. But other than that, great. Fires Pompeii was great. Planet of the Ood was great. The Sontaran two-parter was a good one. Unicorn and the Wasp, of course, was a good one. You've got The Doctor's Daughter, which was great. And, you know, I can't think of a bad episode. The finale was nailed. You know, Russell T Davies' second best finale, in my opinion. Partners in Crime, in my opinion, is the weakest of the series. And again, I don't think it's a bad episode. I think it's good. My favourite of the series is, of course, the Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead two-parter. I love that one. I can't stop watching it. I just love it. So yeah, great series. And again, it was very difficult to decide whether first was going to be Series 4 or what first place will be. So let's get straight into first place. So in first place we have, of course, Series 8. Now, Peter Capaldi is my favourite New Who Doctor. He is competing right now for top place with Patrick Troughton. I think I'm going to have to knock Troughton down to second, because I think Capaldi has just nailed his Doctor, and I think he's such an interesting character, and his performance has been spot on. And I have to put him. I'm probably going to have to put him on top of my favourite Doctor list. But Series 8 was just great. Again, for me, there was no bad episodes. I'd say there was one average episode, and that's in the Forest of the Night, I think it was called. That one to me is the only average episode. Again, I don't dislike it. I think it's a great series. Deep Breath, amazing. Into the Dalek, I wasn't too keen on it at first, but I've come to really like that one. I love Into the Dalek. It's one of Moffat's best Dalek stories, in my opinion. It's like it is beaten by the newest Dalek story, Magician's Apprentice and Witch's Familiar. Robot of Sherwood is another one that I wasn't too keen on at first, but I've come to really like it. One of Mark Gatiss' best, in my opinion. Listen, my favourite episode of the series. Absolutely stunning episode, brilliant. I just loved it. And you've got some other great episodes. I won't go through every episode. Some other great episodes, Flatline's a great one. Mummy and the Orient Express is one of my favourites, my second favourite. And you know what Series 8 had, which Series 9 didn't? Moffat nailed the finale. Great finale. It worked. It was just really great. he made a great overarching story, and he nailed it. He was consistent. He did it brilliantly. And I mean, I love Moffat. I think Moffat's a great writer, but he has his moments where he does do some weaker stories. Series 9 was sadly a victim of perhaps a very rushed, weak Moffat story, and sadly it was the finale. And though there were a lot of Moffat stories in that series were great, you know, like I said, The Magician's Apprentice, Witch Familiar, and Heaven Sent was amazing, but he didn't nail the finale. Whereas in this series, every episode he wrote was great. Deep Breath was great. Into the Dalek, I've come to love. Listen, my favourite episode of the series, and then you have the finale, which was great. I think he also helped with Time Heist. Time Heist was one of the weaker ones, but still a good episode to me. I enjoy that one still. So yeah, that is really why Series 8 is on top, because in my opinion, I go through the list of the episodes and I love most of them, and there are very few. There's no bad episodes, and there's only one average episode to me. You know, and the difference with this series that I feel that other series don't have is that I've come to love them more over time. I mean, when I first watched Series 8, I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I've come over time to enjoy the series more. You know, as you know, it's been over a year since Series 8. It's been about a year and a half since Series 8 finished, and you know, I've just come to love it more and more as the time's gone on. Like I said, Into the Dalek and Robot Sherwood, I wasn't too keen on at first, but I love them now, and I think they're great stories. I didn't feel that way when I first watched it, and what I feel that some Doctor Who series lack is when you watch an episode, sometimes you don't like it. You don't like it as much as you did when you first saw it. But in Series 8, it's the opposite. I love it more than when I first watched it, and that's why I have to put Series 8 on top. It's a timeless series to me that I think I'm always going to be going back to. That I think it's perhaps a flawless series. I have to give it, if I were to rate it. I mean, I'm going to do overviews of every series next. You know, I'm going to go through every single series from 1 to 9. I'm going to give you ratings. I'll try to link away from giving you ratings. But it's a really great series, and to me, it is the best. It is definitely the best so far. Series 9 could have been the best, but the ending made it impossible for me to put it any higher than third. Whereas Series 8 and 4 were consistent, but that's at least my opinion. So I want to thank you all for watching. Like I said, I've got some overviews of each series coming up next. I've also got an unboxing which I will be releasing next week. I literally just bought this DVD today, which I did an unboxing for it. So I am going to be uploading that. And then, of course, like I said in my last video, my unboxing of the Doctor Who and the Daleks and the Invasion of Earth 2150, I will be having a Doctor Who DVD and Blu-ray collection coming out at the end of April. And in that video, I will be showing you my classic DVDs, and you shall have a chance to choose episodes that you want me to review if you so desire. So thank you all for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this episode. It's my first non-unboxing video on the channel. So I want to thank you all for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more Doctor Who videos, and I will see you all next time.